Life is not always easy. Some days, everything goes wrong. You wake up tired, problems follow you, and your mind feels heavy. But what if I told you that the way you think can change everything? Today, I will share a short story and some life-changing rules that will help you think positively in any situation. This story is simple, but the lesson is powerful. One evening, a man named George was sitting alone in a small cafe. His job was stressful. His plans were failing. And his mind was full of negative thoughts. He kept saying to himself, "Nothing is working. I am unlucky. My life is getting worse." At that moment, an old woman sat at the table next to him. She looked calm, peaceful, and confident. George sighed loudly. The woman smiled and said, "You look like someone who is fighting a war inside his mind." George laughed softly and replied, "That war is winning." The woman nodded and said, "Let me tell you something that changed my life. Rule 1, you cannot control life, but you can control your thoughts." The woman said, "Life will test you again and again. Problems will come without permission. But your thoughts are always your choice." She continued, "When you think, this is the end, your mind becomes weak. But when you think, this is a lesson, your mind becomes strong." George listened carefully. She added, "Positive thinking does not mean ignoring problems. It means believing that you can handle them." Rule 2, talk to yourself like a friend. The woman asked George, "Would you speak to your best friend the way you speak to yourself?" George stayed silent. She said, "You call yourself a failure. You blame yourself for everything. But a positive mind speaks with kindness." From that day, George started changing his self-talk. Instead of "I can't do this," he said, "I will try." Instead of "I failed," he said, "I am learning." Slowly, his confidence grew. Rule 3, every situation has two sides. The woman pointed to a glass of water and asked, "Is this glass half empty or half full?" George smiled. "I know this question," he said. She replied, "Positive thinkers don't deny the empty part. They focus on what is still full." When George lost a client, he stopped saying, "I lost everything." Instead, he thought, "Now I have time to improve and grow." Rule 4, gratitude changes your mindset. The woman said, "Each night, write down 3 things you are grateful for." At first, George found it difficult. But he started small. A good cup of coffee, a kind message from a friend, a peaceful walk. Gratitude slowly replaced stress. And his mind became lighter. Rule 5, this moment is not your whole life. Before leaving, the woman said one last thing. Bad moments feel permanent, but they are not. She smiled and said, "This is just a chapter, not the whole story." That night, George went home with a calmer heart. His problems didn't disappear. But his mindset changed. And that changed everything. Life will never be perfect. But your mindset can make life peaceful. Remember, you control your thoughts. Speak kindly to yourself. Look for the good. Practice gratitude. And trust that tough moments will pass. If this story helped you, take a deep breath and smile. You are stronger than you think. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. Keep growing. And never stop believing in yourself.